Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you all here in Dunamis Woman Community? Oh, today is another day. It's Worshiping Wednesday, and I know that it's early in the morning. Matter of fact, I'm about 15 minutes late, all right? But at the end of the day, at the beginning of the morning, he is the same. So I want you all to come on in the room. Those of you all who are up, you may be getting yourself dressed, getting out the shower, still in the bed. I don't care what you're doing, but at this time right now, God has a word for you. He has a word for me. Good morning, Geraldine. How are you? Good morning, Carrie. How are you? You all tag another woman. All right. I know it's early in the morning, but people be on Facebook all the time. Like, oh, Lord, I got some comments from today's post at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. So don't tell me you ain't up. All right. So come on in this room because we have a word. Well, God has a word for you. I'm just the vessel. All right. Good morning, Carrie. How are you all? You all know that this is the third day, you all. Third day that I am challenging myself. Okay. I'm not challenging you, but I want you to join me on these next 21 days because I am challenging myself as I prepare according to what God is going to do. And I don't know what all he's going to do, but I have a word that I am going to live by to get the outcomes, to get the miraculous results that I need and that I desire for my own life. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Marva. Marie, how are you, love? Good morning. Kesia, good morning. How are you all? Y'all tag someone, tell them to come on in, because we're going to talk about some things today based upon one word. Now, I know you all probably saw the post, but if you didn't see the post, I put it up there that our word for today is prepare. All right, prepare. Somebody put that up there for me because I don't know who all going to come in and join me on this live, but I'm going to continue to move forward. All right. And hey, Shaika, how are you? But you all put up there prepare. That's the word that we're going to focus on today. Hey, Wendy, how are you? Hey, Simonia, how are you? Put up there prepare. All right. Because every word I believe that is going to be spoken and dug into is going to apply to your life no matter what your one word is for this year. Okay. Mine is, I'm not going to tell you. I want you all to do me a favor. I want to see who has been paying attention or if you've been consistent. Somebody put up there for me, what's the one word that I talked about for day one? And what's the one word that I talked about for day two? All right. If you all could put that up there, I would greatly appreciate it before I continue to run my mouth. But today is going to be prepared. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Kenya. Thank you, Marie. But what was the word for day one? Hey, Portia, how are you? Good to see you. Marva, how are you? Day one and day two. What was those words that I talked about? Because day one is my word that I'm focusing on. And day two is some other people's word. But in that, I still got a message and a rhema word of how I can live by the word that I know God has given me for this year. And he said, hey, D, I need you to be blank. And then in order to do that, you're going to be blank. All right. Good morning, Charlotta. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. If I don't see the word coming up there, if you don't know, just say, I don't know, or put the word up there. Come on, Charlene. Consistency is the one for day one. And determined. Come on, Geraldine. Consistency and determined. I know y'all some dunamis women. I know it. Consistency and determined. Come on now. And today we're dealing with prepared. Thank you, Tarice. Yes. Consistency and determined. And today we're talking about prepare. All right. We're talking about prepare. I love it. I love it. Because in being consistent, and as I am determined, and you all as well, you're going to have to always prepare. Okay, prepare. And that's not a formula because you don't know really, in a sense, from a spiritual standpoint, what all you're preparing for. Now, you can do the best you can from a natural standpoint, but let's give the mathematical formula again, okay? And somebody put that up there, blank plus blank equal blank. All right. I want to make sure this is in your shando. Okay. I want to make sure it's in your shanana. All right. Because you got to know, as a dunamis woman, we are called, but yet more so chosen to walk in the supernatural. Okay. So I want you to put that natural plus spiritual equals supernatural. All right. And I'm a woman, you all. I just want to live in the supernatural. That means I want to see the miraculous power of God manifest because I'm in the kingdom. I'm in this world, but I'm not of the world, but I am in the kingdom. I live according to the kingdom. And that's where a dunamis woman lives. All right. So let's talk about prepare. All right. Let's talk about prepare. All right. Let's go there. I put the post up there because I found it as I searched for some things. Google, everybody can Google. And it was amazing how it said prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. Now, typically, the original state saying that I have learned and became abreast to in the past was proper preparation prevents poor performance. All right. But as I continue to lead, as I continue to spiritually guide, as I continue to coach, I had actually put the piss poor performance in there. And so I always put the quote, proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. All right. And so that means it's a greater demand, okay, in the preparation, because you got to really, really see yourself and you got to really, really know who you are. Okay. And so that's how I basically come when I'm developing leaders, when I'm training leaders from a kingdom standpoint, and when I'm teaching them, because they got to deal with some stuff within themselves. All right. But when I saw that, when I said, oh, Lord, you are speaking, because instead of proper preparation prevents piss poor performance, it literally said prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. And I thought that was so applicable, you all, because we're in the prior. All right. We're in the prior. I want you all to put up there prior. I'm in the prior, because when you, and you're trying to properly prepare, okay, it has a tendency to get you in your head, to get you in your natural realm, to get you in your natural thoughts, because you become methodical. I got to do this, I got to do that, and you don't really know how to properly prepare, but you're just putting some stuff together. And typically when you properly prepare, you're putting some stuff together, but it might not always go that way, or the outcome might not always come out that way. All right. Y'all get what I'm saying? And so now it puts you more in your head. You start overthinking. You start overanalyzing. That's like somebody saying, I'm a properly prepared to have a child. Okay. Now you can, to a certain extent, okay, I want to have so much money in the bank. I want to have myself established. I want to have this going on. But you're really not properly preparing, because you don't know what that kid going to bring. You don't know what they're going to be made of. You don't know what they're going to end up doing. So you got a long life that you got to walk out to really properly prepare. But today we're going to deal with it from a prior preparation. We're going to deal with it from a spiritual standpoint, all right? Because when God is preparing me prior to what's going to take place, when he prepared me prior to, that means he's doing some stuff in me that I don't understand. Lord, I can't even fathom this. Lord, it seems very crazy in my life. How many of y'all with me? If that's you, say that is me. That's me. Because it's a lot of stuff going on prior to what is about to go down in the kingdom. All right. But he wants me to be prepared. And so now he got to work in me. He's not working externally. He's working internally. All right. Because the kingdom is about the work that he's doing on the inside of you. When you properly preparing, you're basically dealing with external stuff. Okay. When you're prior preparing, you're actually going to be dealing with the internal stuff. All right. How many of you all are dealing with internal stuff? And it's coming up. And it's coming up, and you be like, Lord, what is happening? It seems like I'm going crazy sometimes. I don't understand it. I can't get a pulse on it. You know what I'm saying? And now you got to understand that God is preparing you for the priorly preparing you for what's to come. Priorly preparing you. And you don't even know what's going to happen, because this is about the kingdom. This is about the kingdom. You all put up that kingdom. I'm talking to a dunamis woman. I'm not talking to just a typical woman. I ain't talking about a woman who just because she got her breasts and her hips and her hair. I'm talking about a woman who's been endowed with the miraculous power of God. Yes, Roberta, I am in the prior. Okay, I am in the prior. Now, let me just give you the definition of prepare. Okay, let me give you the definition of prepare. And this is just one. But prepare literally means, according to the Webster, we're dealing with the natural. I'm not going to go with it in the spiritual as far as the definitions, because I would have to go there and I'll be on here for a while. All right. But prepare means to make someone ready. To make someone ready or able to do or to deal with something. Okay, let me repeat that again. It's to make someone, that would be you, that would be me, ready or able. I want y'all to make note of able. Because with able, that means it's going to tap into your ability. And I'm going to get into that, all right? And so it's making you able to do or deal with something. You don't know what that something is. It's very ambiguous. You don't know. What is that something? But regardless of what that something is that only the Holy Spirit knows, only that God knows is about to come down the pipeline, you all. He knows that you already have that ability. You already have that ability. That's that dunamis on the inside of you. You got that ability. You got that ability, so he got to make you ready. He got to make you ready. He got to make you ready. And when you're preparing, you know what I'm saying? You got to prepare for life. Prepare for life. Because that something is all about life. Now, I have a question for you all. And I want you to be honest with yourself. Okay? Who literally prepared you for life? Who prepared you? I'm not talking about life that you go make your own money, life that you go do what you want to do, life. I'm talking about the Zoe life. I'm talking about the God kind of life. I'm talking about the reason why you was put on this earth. I'm talking about why you were born. Who literally prepared you for life? Not just a breath in your body, but life. So in other words, ask yourself the question, but also ask God, why am I in the earth? Why did you send me from heaven to earth? Why? Thank you, Pamela. Nobody. Okay? I can literally say nobody. All right, Simona, nobody. So I had to go through some stuff for God to prepare me. I had to go through some stuff because where I thought I was prepared, I wasn't prepared. I was prepared to know how to pay my own bills. I was prepared to know how to put on my shoes. I was prepared to know how to tie them up. I was prepared to know how to get out there and walk to school. I was prepared to know how to get my church clothes on and dress a certain way because I got to go to church every Sunday. I was prepared a way man wanted me to be formulated in their mind. Now that's what I was prepared for. I was prepared for people. I was prepared for people's views. I was prepared for people's traditions. I was prepared for people's thoughts. I was prepared for people's philosophies. And as long as I followed those rules, I thought I was prepared for life. And God said, no, not so. No. I got to now prepare you for the kingdom. I got to prepare you for what the life I gave you. I got to prepare you for my purpose for your life. Okay? Y'all put up their purpose. Because there is no life without purpose. Everything hinges on his purpose for your life. His purpose for your life. This is why everything that you've ever gone through is going to work together for your good when you discover his purpose for your life. When you live in his purpose for your life. All right? Now, in order to get prepared as the dunamis woman that you are, okay? And as the dunamis woman that you're steadily becoming, I'm going to tell you about 3 things that you definitely going to go through for God to prepare you prior to. Okay? Prior to whatever's going to happen, prior to whatever's going to take place, prior to whatever is going to take place. All right? Prior to. Many of us got pregnant and we wasn't prepared prior to, but evidently you still was able to handle it. But now you're here because guess what? You learned some stuff, and now God said, I got to take you through some other stuff. All right. So how many of you wasn't prepared totally prior to marrying that person? Okay. You wasn't prepared prior to marrying that man. You thought you knew what you was doing, but God said, I had to take you through some stuff so I can show you, so I can prepare you for what I really got for you. All right. Now, the first thing that I want you to know in the preparation, inevitable, you're going to go through some pruning. Y'all put up pruning. It's in the word of God. I'm not going to take you there, but he's going to prune you. P-R-U-N, prune you. That means, guess what? So you will not perform piss-wise, and you will not have piss-poor performance. He got to cut away some stuff. He got to cut away some layers. He got to go down and cut away some stuff that you don't know, that inside of you is some power, is some gifts, is some treasures. But guess what? These layers, he got to cut them away. And that's what hurts. It don't feel good. All right. And this is how the kingdom operates. All right. Religion wants you to, oh, you feel good. It's going to be okay. Name it and claim it. Girl, you're going to have it. You're going to get it because God said it. That has some level of truth. But I'm going to tell you right now, for what the kingdom got for you, you're going to be pruned. God got to cut away some stuff. He got to cut away. He got to get down to that ability. He got to get down to that strength. He got to get down to that power. He got to get down to that dunamis, because all what you thought was is not. And he don't need it. So he got to prune. He got to prune. He got to prune. All right. Number 2. Now this is where it really get a little bit more heated in your life, because number 2, he's going to start purging you. And many of us have been going through this process already. Okay. You've been going through this. That's why you end up coming to Dunamis Woman. That's why you end up coming to the Healing Challenge. That's why you end up coming into this community, because he's already been preparing you. He's already been preparing you prior to. All right. So this ain't just starting because you're in 2020. This started a long time ago, but now you're doing it intentionally. You're seeing some things intentionally. So now the second one is he's purging. He's purging. Now, let me tell you. Now, the pruning process for me, the pruning process for me wasn't as bad as the purging. The devil is a lie. The pruning process wasn't as bad as the purging, because the purging means that he will remove a group of people. He will remove some persons out of your life. And not only will he remove them from a certain place in your life, but he will remove them abruptly. He will remove them violently. That's that purging. That doesn't go through this step, that step, this step. When he purge, he'll be like, boom, you got to go. Boom, this is coming out. Boom, you got to be removed. And you'd be like, whoa, Lord, I'm building ministry. At one point, I got 100. Now I only got 20. Seemed like more would have came, but I got to purge. I got to purge. Why? Because that's not the people that I consider for your life. That's not the people that I desire for your life. It got you to a certain point, but that ain't the people that I desire for where you're going. All right. They had to come to refine you. They had to come to do some stuff to help build you up. But where you're going, that ain't who I desire. Yeah, that man came because it got you to a certain point. You all, I'm speaking personally. But guess what? It came to a point I had to purge. I had to remove them. Because for where you're going, that's not who I desire. So it can happen in your personal life. It can happen in your business. It can happen in your ministry. It can happen in your church. It can happen because guess what? Your affection has come on people. And when you're in the kingdom, God says, I don't need your affection on nobody but me. That's the purging. That's what gets you in his presence. Because he's preparing you. That's what gets you to the place of where you got to cry out to God. Because the purging, he says, I'm removing. And he will do it abruptly. One day you could be here, the next day you could be totally changed. One day you could be over there, the next day they could be gone. One day you're holding hands, the next day y'all don't even like each other no more. Guess what? Because I'm purging. How many of you are in the purging and are you being purged? If you're being purged, just let I'm being purged. If you're being purged, he will purge family. Yes, he will. He will purge friends. Let me tell you something. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. All right. I don't know what it is basically to go punch a clock. So when you made that way and you wired that way, you got a certain level of grit. Okay. Because you got to perform. You got to perform. Okay. And you don't want piss poor performance. Because if you're going with piss poor performance, that means you ain't going to make no money. All right. So you still got to eat. You still got to live. So when people are seeking out things, particularly if they have a business or a multi-level business and they're looking for people to help grow that business, I know I'm going to probably get a phone call because guess what? They want somebody who knows high performance. Okay. They don't want no piss poor performance. However, one thing that they will tell you, particularly if you're building a business or you're building from an MLM standpoint, and I've been a part of a few of them, I ain't going to do that no more, but it still teaches you something as a part of the process. They will tell you who you think will, won't, and who you think won't, will. Now, that is a true principle of life that you got to live by as you're preparing to build something, as you're preparing to build a business. But in this case, it's about preparing for you to be building what God has for you in the kingdom. And I'm here to let you know, all right, if you don't know nothing else, I want you to take this in 2021. Who you think will, won't. And who you think won't, will. Don't you set your mind and your affection depending on nobody, because when you put your affection on somebody who you think will, guess what? They won't. And when you say, oh, that person ain't going to do this or they won't do this, that's the very person who got the key ingredient that you need. They will. I'm just giving you a little nuggets as you prepare it. Where you think you're familiar with people, God will remove them because he got to show you some things. All right. Now let's go to the third one. The third one is this word as you're being prepared prior to is process. Process. Now, I know a lot of my spiritual daughters, coaching daughters that I have, they do not like this word process. All right. And because the process of being pruned, the process of being purged, the process of going through your own process don't ever feel good. Okay. It don't ever feel good. But what I want to add to this process is they were talking about on Woman to Woman about trusting the process. And you all, we're going to hear a little bit more about that. But what I'm talking about is the fact that in the preparation, you just got to yield to the process. If you could do that prior to, if you could learn how to do that prior to, when I say yield, that means take no thought. Take no thought. Take no thought. All right. I need y'all to put up there. Take no thought. When I yield, that means I take no thought. It's a difference between surrendering and yielding. When somebody surrender, that means you got to go through some arduous process. Somebody got to tell you, that's like a person robbing you. Okay. Put your hands up, bend over, do this. Give me your wallet. And you just surrendering. You just surrendering. You just surrendering. Why? Because they got a gun to your head and you got to go through that process of surrendering because somebody making you do something with a gun to your head. And so you're going to do whatever they tell you to do because they got a weapon that they're putting to your head. But we ain't trying to do that prior to. Okay, we want to yield to the process. That means, God, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just going to say, yes, Lord. And whatever come down the pipeline, I'm not going to take no thought. I'm not going to take no thought. Take no thought for your own life. Take no thought for what's happening. Take no thought for what's going to take place. Take no thought. Yield to the process. Yield to the process. And that's where a lot of us don't want to yield because we got trust issues. We still dealing with abandonment issues. We still are dealing with our rejection issues. Now he's still going to prune us. He's still going to purge us. But at this point, you want to know how to yield. Just say, Lord, I lay it out before you. and I take no thought. Now that's the key word, take no thought. The word of God tells us in Matthew 6. I know that we quote the scripture, Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything will be added to you. Okay, that is truly the truth. But at the end of the day, let's go up and read before Matthew 6:33. Okay, it says, don't worry about where your next meal coming from. And I'm paraphrasing. Don't worry about all this other stuff. Don't worry about what you're going to eat. Don't worry about what you're going to wear. Don't worry about what's going to happen. Don't worry about all that. Because guess what? If I could take care of the birds, as the Lord is saying, if I could take care of the lilies and all this other stuff that you see, I can take care of you. So in other words, take no thought. Take no thought. I need y'all to put that up there. Take no thought. As women, we think too much. And you're preventing yourself from going through the process that is needed to prevent you from piss poor performance. All right? We ain't got time to be cleaning up no piss. I ain't trying. In 2021, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee on this one. In 2021, as I've already started in 2020, I am determined that I ain't wiping up nobody's piss. I ain't wiping it up. You could perform all however you want to, but Davetta ain't cleaning it up. I ain't talking you out of nothing. I ain't gonna worry about it. You gonna wear your own shoes. You gonna make your own decisions. You gonna put your big girl panties on. I'm not gonna do it. I'm letting you know out the gate. That is your piss. You gonna smell it. You gonna wipe it up. You gonna learn from it. You gonna go through the process, because I'm not going to do it. I'm determined. And with that determination, I am going to be consistent in what I need to do for my own life. Now, this is how everybody needs to think. And I'm talking to all my daughters, my spiritual daughters, everybody on the power team. I ain't got nobody else in my life. Trust me. All right? Because I don't take no thought about nobody else, because God done purged me. I don't have no friends. Those folks from my past, too many of you all try to take people from your past to your future. Let them go. They had a purpose. They had a reason, but everybody can't go with you. All right? Now, I want to leave you with these final words for today. And as I prepare for life, okay, I asked you all, who all taught you how to prepare for life? Well, nobody taught me. I had to seek out some things. And I had to learn how to listen to wise stories, information, wisdom. I love older people. And I love wisdom, particularly when I'm in a purpose-driven state, because I am a purpose-driven woman. But I've always been an advocate follower of the late Dr. Miles Monroe. All right. He is deceased. May him and his wife continue to rest in peace. But before he expired, I was an advocate follower of him, and I still am. I can still go to YouTube. I can still learn from him. And this is why preparation is so important. All right. This is why preparation is so important. And I'm going to speak to that. But I've adopted this quote that he said because it's a way to prepare for life. He said, always expect the best and prepare for the worst. Always. And I'm going to repeat it again. And I'm talking about to every dunamis woman. I'm talking about to every woman, okay, who is living in the kingdom of God. He said, expect the best and prepare for the worst. Many of us walking around preparing for the best, okay? All right, expecting the best, shall I say, and we're not prepared for the worst, okay? We're expecting the best, and that's wonderful, but we're not preparing for the worst. And then when something go down, you don't know how to handle life. Life is not about peaches and cream. Life is not about giving you what you want. This is why I can't stand the spirit of religion, because religion make you have a faulty mindset, okay? Life gonna come with problems. Life gonna come with, it's just as surely as you born, you gonna die. And many of us ain't even prepared, okay? Prepare for the best, okay? Expect the best, but I'm sorry, but prepare for the worst. What can happen in 2021? I don't know, but I use my imagination. Lord, this can happen. I'm going to prepare. I pray it don't happen, okay? I pray it don't come to pass in that moment, in that hour, but I'm already prepared. I prepare, okay? I prepare. What if I don't never make another dollar? What can I create? What if my job let me go tomorrow? What has God put inside of me, that ability? What if nobody never do nothing for me? Okay? What can I continue to do? All right? You got to expect the best, but always prepare for the worst. Stretch yourself. All right? Stretch yourself. All right? Now, this is how we're moving forward. All right? This is how we're going. Now, I'm going to challenge you before I even leave. What is God preparing you to do? What is God preparing you that when you leave this earth, you will still be speaking from the grave? If Dr. Miles Monroe, and I can speak of a whole lot of people, okay? I'm just using him. If he was not in obedience and did what God called him to do, I would not still be learning from him, and he's gone off this earth. When you leave this earth, what will you still be saying? When you leave this earth, what will you be still speaking? When you leave this earth, what will people know about you? When you leave this earth, what will be people already glean from you? Prepare for that. Prepare for that, all right? Prepare for what God has put on the inside of you. Prepare. What is people going to continue to learn and hear from you once you have left this earth? Prepare. And with that in mind, you will always be going through a pruning process. You will always be going through a purging process, and you will always be yielding to the process that God has taken you through. Now, I want to leave you with that. Do not let another year come and it look like 2018, 2019, 2020, 2000, and now you got 21, and you're getting older, you're getting fatter, you're getting more greasier, and you are going to leave this earth one day, and you are not prepared for your departure. Prepare for your departure. I'm going to live a long time, but every day I'm preparing for my departure. When I leave this earth, I'm going to leave empty. I'm going to give out. I'm going to do the work God has called me to do. I'm going to allow God to purge all these folks out of my life. If you ain't with me, be purged. I'm good, because my affection is not on you. My affection is not on my children like that. My affection will never be on a man like that ever again. My affection is not on you like that. I love you, but I'm going to allow God to purge. I permit him to purge, as I always prepare for the best. Okay? Expect the best and prepare for the worst. All right, you all. I love you all. Have a wonderful worshiping Wednesday. All right? I pray that this ministered to you all. We got day 4. I'm coming back in the morning because I'm on a 21-day challenge for myself to be consistent. Getting up every morning, adorning myself in spite of how I feel. I've been dealing with muscle spasms for the last 3 days, but it ain't going to stop me. Guess what? Because I am a dunamis woman. Love you all, and y'all have a wonderful day.